Motorcycle racing has always been a passion of mine. It's pretty obvious, I think. If I can turn back the clock, I would try to be much better than what I am today. But that's not possible, isn't it? And that's probably the same case with the motorcycle in this film. As you consciously click the link to watch our film, you might already know the history of Yamaha in motorcycle and motorsports. It was quite some time when they were involved in the beginner sports bike category, and now they are back to grab almost every rider's attention out there. Here is the Yamaha R25. Let's have a closer look at it, shall we? The machine comes with a 249cc engine, with a parallel twin configuration at the heart of it. It produces an expected performance of around 36 horsepower and 32.1 Nm of torque. Nothing impressive there. The bike has a tabular diamond frame and comes with a telescopic fork and a rear monoshock, much to be expected for a bike in this category. With a weight around 160 kg, and that includes all the lubricant and stuff, it should be able to achieve the average performance of the modern 4-stroke 250cc motorcycle. But that depends on how the people at Yamaha put the bike together. And here comes the exciting part. When we got the machine, it was done under the collaboration with our partner Fastland.my. And if you were interested to hear the opinion in Bahasa, that is the place to go. So we began our testing as usual on the open road, doing normal thing that you would do going from point A to point B. In a glance, the bike looks very sporty and it gives the perspective of speed, agility and power. But when I sat on the bike, wow, everything seems a little bit awkward. The look is sporty, but the sitting and posture are totally mixed between touring and your normal beginner sport bike. So I don't quite like it, cause it's confusing to my body. But that can be overcome through time. Have I mentioned how the Yamaha R25 looks very good? In fact, this is probably the prettiest bike there is in the 250cc category. But beauty doesn't translate into great performance. So how does the Yamaha R25 handles? I have to give Yamaha a credit for their effort to make such motorcycle in a category that's long dominated by the likes of Honda and Kawasaki. This thing has a fairly basic and user-friendly handling. The bike's geometry works okay, but it lacks some of the fine tune that give the feel of riding a sport bike. It's easy to flip from left to right, but it's not as sharp as the other competitors. It felt a little soft. The suspension, chassis and swing arm works together nicely, but only for the road, not quite for the track. It's meant to be ridden smoothly. The R25 screams quite nicely from its twin parallel engine, and I kinda like it. The bike power comes kicking more in the mid-range and goes to the high end of RPM, and is being delivered very smoothly to the rear tire. The low end, however, not very impressive. The R25 is not slow if you ask me, but I've heard it might not be able to challenge some of its senior competitors. The engine is great for Yamaha comeback into the segment, but the choice of the tire coming from the factory is not the best it can be. The IRC tire only works decently on dry and very poor on wet conditions. Now this is where you need to be careful. The bike can surely be very fast if you want to, but then again, does it have the capacity to stop as needed? Since the tire is pretty much questionable, it all comes down to the brake. My thought on this, it will be wise to take it easy, as the brake might not be able to help you, although it did a great job by giving you the stopping power needed for an average ride. But don't take any chances. In other words, I've had a better feel of braking with different machines before. Well then, what is to become with the R25? Despite all of the shortcomings, the Yamaha R25 is still one amazing looking machine and a decent performing one as well. Believe it or not, that alone will make it so desirable for riders out there. I have to say that the Yamaha have pretty much succeeded in stealing away a portion of the market share, and they are not planning to just stay there. There is something special might be in the work for the coming future. All in all, the Yamaha R25 has a great future ahead, and only time will tell how they will fare in the coming months. That's all for now, and we really appreciate your time in watching this film. So thank you for your stay with us in Malaysian Riders, and have a great ride ahead. Goodbye.